There is a strange power in silence. Not weakness, not fear. Power. The world has trained people to announce everything. Every idea, every goal, every move, every emotion. People post before they build, speak before they think, celebrate before they achieve. And then they wonder why they feel stuck. Because attention became more important than progress. The Stoics understood something most people still fail to understand today. The louder your life becomes, the weaker your mind gets. Real growth is quiet. A tree does not make noise while growing. A mountain does not announce its strength. And powerful people rarely feel the need to explain themselves. Disappear quietly for a while. Stop explaining yourself. Stop seeking approval. Stop updating people who do not even support you. And watch what happens to your mind when your energy finally belongs to you again. Most people are exhausted, not because life is hard, but because they are performing their lives for other people. Think about it. How many people announce a business before it exists? A gym journey before discipline exists? A dream before sacrifice exists? Talking creates the illusion of progress, and the brain rewards you for it. That is why people feel satisfied after speaking about goals, even when they have done nothing. The applause comes too early. The dopamine arrives before the work, and slowly, motivation dies. This is why many people stay trapped in cycles. Excitement, announcement, attention, then silence. Not disciplined silence, embarrassed silence. The Stoic mind avoids this trap. Stoics understood that energy is precious, attention is precious, focus is precious, and every unnecessary explanation drains all three. Some people talk so much about becoming successful that they never become successful because they traded execution for conversation. Most validation seeking begins from insecurity. People want reassurance. They want someone to say, "You can do it. You're amazing. I believe in you." But there is a dangerous side to this. When your confidence depends on reactions, your emotions become controlled by other people. One compliment makes you feel unstoppable. One criticism destroys your motivation. That is not strength. That is dependency. And social media made this worse. Now people measure their worth through attention, views, likes, replies, recognition. People no longer ask, "Am I growing?" They ask, "Am I being noticed?" But attention is temporary. Noise is temporary. Approval is temporary. The Stoics taught that peace comes from internal authority, not external applause. Marcus Aurelius wrote privately to himself, not to impress the world, not for validation, but to master his own mind. Imagine becoming so disciplined that nobody even knows what you are building until it is finished. That is power. Talk less. Most people reveal too much too early. And every time you expose unfinished plans, you expose unfinished energy. Not everyone needs access to your thoughts. Not everyone deserves access to your dreams. Some people hear your vision and secretly hope it fails. Others simply do not care. And many will project their own fears onto you. This is why silence protects ambition. Because silence protects focus. You do not need to convince people. You do not need to announce discipline. Real discipline is visible without words. A man who is truly improving usually becomes quieter because he is busy building, busy thinking, busy observing, busy evolving. Weak people love attention. Strong people love progress. There is something dangerous about someone who stops talking and starts executing, because now their energy is no longer leaking through words. It is being transformed into action. Talk less, do more, and let results create the conversation for you. Silence scares people, especially in a world addicted to noise. People become uncomfortable when they cannot read you, when they cannot predict you, when they cannot control your emotions. Notice something. The moment you stop over-explaining yourself, people start creating their own stories about you, because silence forces people to confront uncertainty. And uncertainty makes insecure people nervous. That is why calm people appear powerful, not because they speak the loudest, but because they react the least. Anyone can shout during chaos, but remaining composed, that requires mastery. The Stoics practiced emotional restraint for this reason, not to suppress emotions, but to avoid becoming controlled by them. A calm mind terrifies manipulative people, because manipulation depends on emotional reactions. The moment you stop reacting impulsively, you become difficult to control, and that changes everything. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is observation. Silence is discipline. Silence is self-control, and self-control is rare. Move differently. Most people move emotionally. They chase moods, temporary excitement, temporary validation, temporary motivation. But disciplined people move strategically, quietly, deliberately, patiently. There is a reason powerful people often appear mysterious, because they are not wasting energy trying to be understood by everyone. The Stoic understands something important. You do not owe the world constant access to your mind. move differently, disappear from distractions, disappear from unnecessary debates, disappear from environments that weaken your discipline. Sometimes, growth requires distance, not because you hate people, but because constant exposure destroys focus. People may call you distant, different, too quiet. Let them. Most people cannot understand transformation while it is happening. The caterpillar disappears before becoming something new. Remember that. Not everyone deserves updates about your life. This lesson alone can save years of emotional exhaustion. Some people only watch you to compare themselves to you. Some only support you when you are weak enough to stay relatable. And some become uncomfortable the moment you begin evolving. Be careful who you speak around during seasons of growth. Energy matters. Influence matters. Environment matters. The Stoics believed that the mind absorbs what it repeatedly experiences. That means negative people slowly shape negative thinking. Distracted people slowly weaken discipline. Emotionally chaotic people slowly disturb inner peace. So protect your mind, protect your direction, protect your focus. You do not need approval to evolve. You only need consistency. And sometimes the strongest move is saying nothing at all. No announcement, no explanation, no argument, just growth, quiet growth. Privacy is power, not secrecy born from fear, but privacy born from wisdom. When everything is public, your peace becomes fragile, because now your emotions depend on reactions. But private progress feels different. It feels grounded, stable, calm, real. There is something deeply powerful about improving silently, waking up early without posting it, training without showing everyone, studying without announcing it, healing without seeking sympathy. That kind of growth changes a person permanently, because it is no longer performance. It becomes identity. An identity-driven discipline lasts longer than motivation. The Stoic does not chase appearances. The Stoic chases alignment. Alignment between thoughts, actions, and values. Privacy protects that alignment, because when nobody is watching, you discover who you really are. Disappear quietly for a while, not to escape life, but to rebuild yourself without noise. The world will continue chasing attention. Let them. You focus on mastery, talk less, observe more, react less, build more, and one day, people will suddenly notice your discipline, your calmness, your confidence, your growth, but they will never understand what truly created it. The silence. Remember this. A weak mind needs attention. A strong mind needs purpose.